Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you.
Send your children to school or be persecuted, rafai tells parents. The Kaduna state government has said that parents who fail to send their children to school will face persecution in accordance with the law. This was disclosed by the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Education, Mrs. Phoebe Yeyi, in Kaduna in an interview with News Agency of Nigeria, NAN, on Friday. She said that every child has the right to free, compulsory, and universal basic education, adding that the state government has a duty to provide such education. She said that government has declared free education to every child from primary to secondary school in the state in order to afford every child the opportunity to be educated. Yayi said, therefore, parents have no excuse not to send their children to school, as the government has taken off all financial burden from parents. You should be aware that the Child Welfare and Persecution Law 2018, Section 18, says that parents or guardians that fail to send his or her child to school commits an offense. It added that the parent is liable on first conviction to be reminded and ordered to undertake community service, and secondary conviction risk fine and imprisonment or both. As such, sending your children to school is no longer a choice but compulsory, and failure to do so is a criminal offense with the possibility of jail. Nigerians, the government is finally speaking about school in the northern region of Nigeria. We know that there is a serious problem of child marriage in the northern region of Nigeria, where a child as young as 6, 7 can be sent into marriage just for a minute. Imagine the horror of a 6, 7, 8, 9-year-old child being, you know, put in the way of put in a family way by a mature man over 20, sometimes 30 or 40 years older than that child. Is that not child abuse? Is that not rape? Or what name do you have for it? So Herufai is saying in his state, in Kaduna, they are making children going to primary and secondary school compulsory. It is compulsory in Kaduna State henceforth that any parents or guardian who fails to send their children to school, I'm glad that they use the word children, because the age of the ones I'm naming between that 6 to about 12, 15 years old are children. And in those states, especially in the northern parts of Nigeria, they are being sent or released into marriage at those age. And it comes with a lot of baggage, sicknesses. Some die during childbirth, a lot of miscarriages, and their reproductive system is even damaged before they start life. A whole lot of things. And before you know it, they begin to smell. It affects their urinary tract, their bladder, because you just imagine how little, how young they are. Then imagine a grown, mature man of about 40, 30, 20 something, you know, putting his body into that little girl. So they destroy her reproductive tract, her reproductive system. And by the time she's even a teenager and even in her early 20s, ready now for life, her reproductive system has already been damaged and destroyed. So I'm glad that they are finally looking at this and taking responsibility for child marriage in the region. You know, it's very important that they begin to look into this and take responsibility. A lot is happening in Nigeria. A lot. Child marriage. I don't know what the governments are doing. They just suppress it. Which governor again was it that went to marry an Egyptian young bride of about how many years? Is it 12 or 15 years old girl? And afterwards, after she had a child for him, he divorced her after he had had 4 wives and nobody said anything. A governor in the region, in the northern state, I don't want to mention names, you know yourself. And yet the person wants to contest for governor, for presidency to come 2023. Nigerians, wake up. We better wake up, because these people, they don't care about us. They just care about their own selfish ambition. And they go to the House of Lords, pass out laws to secure and to save and to keep them in safety, such that and so that they will not be persecuted if any offense is being found, committed by them. Do you know, first of all, that if you have been a governor or in from particular ranks in Nigeria, you're already immune? There is already immunity on you. Yes. In no case can you be persecuted. Yeah, they sat down and they passed law to protect themselves. But guess what? A young boy, I'm not supporting criminals. No, no, no at all. No chance. But I'm just citing this as an example. A young boy steals 10,000 naira, and the government will not just deal with him, he will be sent to prison. But do you know how much they steal? Oh, you don't want to hear. Millions, billions, not just in naira, pounds. And they don't even leave the money in Nigeria. They don't steal them and even put them in Nigerian bank for the economy. They even what? Money laundering to other countries. And by the time the countries begin to raise an alarm, the money is even frozen. Nigerian asset frozen in foreign countries. We can't even have access to it as a country. So a lot is going on. Coming back to our topic, children education. Now they are saying that they are putting primary and secondary school free, and so parents have no choice, but you must send your children to school. Again, I want to state this here. What type of free education are you talking about? Is it a classroom that there is no roof, and so when rain fall, the children are all soaked and drenched? Classrooms with no teachers, and they go to school, play all day, then go home. No decks, no writing materials. The schools don't provide writing materials, no book, no pencils, no pen, no textbooks. So the children come, and some of the roofs already caving in. Typical danger that could even kill the children if there is a serious wind or a climate, probably rain or natural disaster. The children can be buried in the classroom. Do you know a lot of atrocities that is not reported in Nigeria? Do you want to know? Do you want to count? The list is endless. I can tell you the list is endless. There is only so much that we can report and let you know of what the day-to-day dealings that is going on in Nigeria. We are even telling you of the ones that are a bit more of political, view to the whole country. There are some atrocities or wickedness that are happening that are even beyond, reach of media or reporters. So I want to hear your thoughts and comments on this. Rafai, Kaduna State, making primary and secondary school education compulsory for all children, and parents and guardians are mandated to make sure that their children go to school. I want to hear your thoughts. Please leave a comment respectfully in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Click on the notification button so that you can get all our latest news. At Apple Line Media, we don't only speak against bad governance, we also speak on good governance, congratulate and encourage them to do more. Thank you very much for listening. Have a lovely day and God bless. Bye.